Hi HOD creatives, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be making this beautiful cap you're seeing right here on your screen. It's called Awolowo cap or Ebuka cap for men, but a little twist of the bow for the ladies. So if this is something you know you would love to learn, you need to keep watching. You need to hit the subscribe button. You need to subscribe, just subscribe, and let's get right into it. Welcome back. So you already saw the cap we are going to be making, and it's called Awolowo's cap, and a male is actually worn by men, and but with the bowl on it, it can be worn by women. So you can call it Awolowo's cap. You can also call it Zara cap. With the bowl on it, it has become Zara cap. And these are the materials you are going to be using to make that cap you just saw on your screen. So the first material we have here is your fabric, and I have Aso-oke here. It does not necessarily mean that you use Aso-oke. You can also use any fabric to make this. Just follow the measurements we have here, and you can use any fabric to make it. So but we are using Aso-oke here, and with 2 hours of Aso-oke you are good to go. It's more than enough. If you have 2 hours of Aso-oke, it's more than enough. So the next material is your gum. You can use your stick gum. This is an stick gum. This is UHU gum, and this is candle gum. You can use any of it. It's fine. Anyone you have, you can use. So that's for that. And you need your fabric for the inside. This is doll face, but the shining one. So you can use ordinary doll face. You can use any fabric you have, any plain fabric you have, but make sure it's a matching fabric. This is not matching. This is what I have here. I could not get a matching color for this, so I'm using this for the purpose of this training. So I'm using this. So that's for the inner. Now the next material we have here is our wording. This is the thick wording. This is the thick one, not the light one, the thick one. So I have thick one here. So in place of this wording, you can use a foam. If you don't have wording, you can use foam. If you have foam, you can use foam. That half inches foam, or even the quarter inches foam is fine. Either the half inches foam or the quarter inches foam, it's very okay. So the next material is your velvet ribbon or your bias. You can use bias. If you cannot get a velvet ribbon, you can use a bias for the inner parts. And then you need your carry board. It's either use a carry board or you use your mako. You can use mako, you can use carry board. But here I'm going to be using carry board. But if you can get carry board, I would prefer carry board. Then if you cannot get carry board, you can also get your this is straw board. This is straw board. This is carry board. This is straw board. So you have 3 options. If you cannot get your carry board, you can get straw board from these people that sells paper. All this paper. But carry board you get for people that sell shoemaker material. You get carry board for people that sell shoe making material. But straw board you get it from people that sell paper. Then what's it called? Mako. You get mako from people that sell shoemaking material. So I hope you get that. But here I have straw board, carry board, so I'm going to be making use of carry board. Okay, so and then your needle and thread, and those are the materials we need for this class. So the next thing we're going to do now is to cut out our mako. So the measurement we need for this mako, I'm going to be using 3 inches width by 22.5 inches length. So it's supposed to be 3 inches because the head circumference I'm working with is 3 inches, but I want to reduce 5 inches 0.5 from it, so that the cap will sit well on the head. It does not have to enter the head too much, so we need it to just stay at the top of the head. So that is why I'll be reducing 0.5. Okay, my pencil, let me get another pencil. So like I told you, I'll be making use of 22.5 inches. So this is 22.5 by 3 inches. So this is 3 inches. So 22.5 by 3 inches. The head circumference I'm working with is 23 inches. I reduced half inches. So I'm working with 23.5. So you just cut Just cut it all the way down. So if it's Marco you are using, just cut it this same way. You cut it out this same way. So it's not difficult to cut at all. Very easy to cut. So this is what we have. Please ignore the noise you are hearing. It's from the next building. I can't help it. So just ignore it. So this is what we have, and so after cutting out this, we have another small piece here, and it measures 1.5 inches by 3 inches also. 1.5 inches by 3 inches. So the next thing we are going to do now is to close this. So I'm going to be using my A4 stick gum. So you just put your gum like so, both sides. You apply your gum. Then you also apply your gum here on this. If you are using UHU gum the same way. But this A4 stick gum, you will always allow it to stay for like 2 or 3 minutes, like 1 minute. Sorry, 1 minute for it to hold a little. So I'm just going to allow it to stay a little. So the next thing you're going to do is to place this on it like so. See? Then you bring the other one and you also place it like this. Can you see? So this is what we have, and if you have excess on it, just trim it off like the one I'm seeing here now. Okay, so you hold it a little for it to dry completely, and we proceed. So it has glued down properly. So the next thing we are going to do now is to apply gum inside the carry board. So just apply your gum. Just apply it all the way around. So when you're done applying it, just keep it down and allow some hair to blow in it, and you measure your fabric. So the fabric I have here is 25 inches. And remember that the head circumference we are working with here is 22.5. So the remaining inches I'm going to use to fold it in. So I'm going to fold it in now. You can use your machine to fold it in, or use your gum to fold it in. But I'm going to be using my machine to fold it in. So I'll be right back. So I've gone ahead to sew the edge. So the next thing, remember we have put glue around here, so you apply glue, especially this place. So you pick your fabric and place it like so, and so you keep going. So you keep going until you get to the end. The gum has really dried, so I'm going to apply it again. So I've gone ahead and reapplied the gum, and this is what we have. So the next thing, you just apply gum here. Also, and you close it up. So you go ahead and apply gum here too to close up this. So you just apply the gum all the way around. Okay, so we are done. Start covering it up. You can allow it to dry a little. So you just cover it all the way around like so. So I'm just going to keep covering it to allow it to dry completely, and we are done with this part. So this is what we have. So the next thing is to get the round part. So the next thing we are going to do now is to cut out the top. So I'm going to be using my straw board for this top part. So you just place it on it like so and mark your circle round. Just mark it round. So this is what we have. So you just cut out the shape. So I've gone ahead to cut it. You make sure it's round, very round. So you place this on either your foam or wording. So you just cut it out. Okay, to make it easier, just apply your gum on your marker, on the board. Just apply your gum on it. So when you're done applying it, so just place it on it. So this way it will be easier for you to cut. Now you can cut this, just this one, it's fine, but I'm going to be doubling it. So if it's foam you are using, just one foam is okay, and this is okay too, but I want to double it, so I'm going to be placing this on it again and cut. So this is what we have. I doubled my wording. So the next thing is to cut. I'll cut my fabric. So I'm going to be cutting 11 inches in two places. So I'll take it to my sewing machine, I'll stitch it down, and I'll be right back. So I've gone ahead to sew it, just stitch it all the way down. So this is what we have. So this is it. And remember the measurement is 11 inches and I cut out 2. So the next thing we are going to do now is to apply gum on this. So you just apply gum. If you have watched this video to this point, please hit the subscribe button, like, and drop your comments. Please always drop your comments, drop your opinion, and ask your question. I'll be at the comment section and I will answer all your questions. So just drop your question. So you just apply it all the way around like so. So when you're done applying it, you just place it like so. So this is what we have. So when you're done, you just trim it all the way around. So you just leave up to like 1 inches by the side. So the next thing, we'll take this and we'll apply our gum to it. So just apply the gum around it. So let me allow it to sit for some minutes, for like half minute. So while this is sitting, we'll apply gum on the base. So you just apply it like so. And be careful while using gum so that you don't mess up your work too much. So just be careful with it. That is why I'm using a Fosty gum, so that the mess will not be too much. A Fosty gum is easy to control, but candle gum and UHU gum is a little hard to control with this design. So when you're done, the next thing is to put it inside. and be careful while putting it in. So just fold it in and just push it in. So you can imagine you're working with a full stick gun. So you start arranging it, and so you just arrange it all the way around. So you keep pushing it inside. So when you are done, you start so if it's coming out through here, you can just use your scissors to just arrange it in. Yeah. So you see the way I'm pushing it out and checking it and make sure it's balancing here. So you will adjust until you are satisfied with what you have. So I've gone ahead to adjust. Oops. So this is what I have. So this is the inside and this is the outside. So the next thing is to cut the satin for the inside. So you just place your cap on it again, and you just cut a round shape again. Okay, so this is what we have. So let me show you how it's going to look. So you are going to place it this way inside. So that is why I say you should use a matching color, a matching. This is too much, so I want to trim it. So just check, and if what you cut out is too much, just trim it out again. I don't want it too much. Okay, so I'm just going to check. So check before you put gum inside. Okay, so I guess it's fine like so. So it's okay like this. So the next thing you're going to do now is to apply gum. So just apply your gum around it. So you can also apply gum outside. also. So when you're done, you just be careful. Just put your yeah. So please use a matching fabric so that the inside will be neat just like the outside. So use a matching fabric. So this is what we have. So just make sure everything is gumming properly inside, and when you're done, you take your bias tape. So we are just going to apply gum and gum it all the way round like so. So just apply your gum. All through. So when you're done, you start fixing it. So this part, it will be nice for you to use a bias so that you can get a matching color of your fabric, because this ribbon, I don't think it comes in much color like that. So just use a bias strip, iron it out, and just place it. So after this, we are done with the cap. So we are going to cut the bowl, and so far we are done with the cap. So this is the inside and this is the outside. So the next thing, this is for a man can wear this like this. Now a man can wear this, so we want to make it as for a female cap. So the measurements I'm going to use for my bowl, the first one is 25 inches. That's for the bowl. So the next measurement is, let me use 20 inches. So the first one is 25 inches, and the second one is 20 inches. So we have 25, 20, and we are just going to cut a small piece of, let's say, 3 inches. So that's it. That's all we need. You don't even need you won't even finish 2 hours. So you take it to your sewing machine, stitch down. This also stitch down, and this you just fold it like so, and you stitch down. So let me go ahead and stitch. So I've gone ahead to stitch. So this is what we have. So you just turn it to the other side, to the right side. So, and your stitch should be at the middle. This is what we have. This also. So whatever I'm doing on one, I'm repeating it on the second one. So you also get your needle and thread ready. You get your needle and thread ready. So make sure it's at the middle, then you fold. So I'll just tack it down, and I'll repeat the same thing for the second. So this is the bow. So you see that you leave it this way, or you just bend it a little. It's your choice, whatever you want. So I'll apply gum here. So I'll just and take it round. So it's too much, so I'm just going to reduce it. I'll just apply gum again. Okay, so you can also use your needle and thread to secure it completely. Don't rely on gum alone. Okay. So we are done. So you just place it here. That's this place that has the joining. You just place it, or you come to this side and place it so that this wide part can cover this. So you just place it like so. So I think this is better. This is better. So just place it this way. So you can, I'm going to use my gum to gum it down. Then I'll use my needle and thread to also tack it down. So I'm first going to use the gum. So afterwards, I'll use my needle and thread. So that's it. As you can see, we have come to the end of the class. So this is what we have. So if you want to make it for a man, you will not be attaching the bowl. But for a female, so that it will look beautiful, you attach a bow to it. And you can also use rose. You can also attach rose to this cap. If you don't want to use bowl, you can use rose. You can use flowers. And so you can also put some embellishment here, just to give it some, to make it more beautiful. So this is what we have. Isn't this beautiful? So I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.